Professor NYONG'O, His Excellency the Governor of Kisumu, and also the acting party leader, and my friend for a long time, Peter NYONG'O. Good Mary.
To the clergy who are shepherding are here today at the Last Supper with our great friend, teacher, and father, Professor Bethuel Alan Ogot. Yothurwa mobiro ka arus mogik mar Bethuel Amoson Saureuru. To our fellow leaders who have come here today to pay this last tribute to Professor Ogot. A lot has been said, which I will not repeat. But I just want to recollect one thing. When we were at the University of Nairobi, most of us junior people, lecturers and so on, we used to meet in the senior common room with our seniors. And the person I remember most as a senior, or two people actually, as seniors, meeting as junior people in the senior common room, were Professor Simon Ominde and Professor Bethuel Alan Ogot. The others met us as young people. But two professors who paid us attention and listened to us and encouraged us to make sure that the university and education is proper, was one of them is now lying here, going to heaven. A few weeks ago, something called me and said, go and visit Professor Ogot. That was on the 24th of November last year. And I came here. On my way, I learned that his brother Jasper had also passed on. So I went to see him first because I didn't quite know where Jasper's home was. That incident made it possible for me to see our teacher and professor for the last time. We had a long discussion, but what impressed me most was that in his advanced age, Professor Ogot was still writing and researching. And he decided the last two books he really had to work on was the history of Odera Kango, Chief of Game, and a dictionary, a Luo English dictionary. So he produced this publication just had and gave them to me. I said, no, Professor, I will not take these two books free. Tell me how much they cost. And he told me, and I told me, please give me permission to buy these books because I want to honor your intellectual labor. And he agreed. And he wrote on the book, and I quote, Professor Peter NYONG'O, thanks for the intellectual support you have always given me. Bethuel Alan Ogot, November 24th, 2024, Yala Town. And the two books were entitled, one was Luo English Dictionary, and the other one was Prof. Odera Akang. This university is called Odera Akang University. And Professor Ogot's last work was to do the history of Odera Akang, which means that in his last days he came home. First, to do a dictionary, English Luo dictionary. The other one is a book on Odera Akang. When I went home with these two books, my wife quickly took the dictionary and she said she wants to teach her children English and Luo. I've never seen that book again. I hope she didn't give it to somebody else. But when I was looking at them in my books, I found I had this one. So I had to come with this. Because apparently there was some spiritual connection between my being there that day and my being here today. Because had I not gone on November 28th, maybe I would not have said goodbye to Professor Gold alive. One last thing I want to say. There's really no distinction between intellectuals and non-intellectuals. There's really no distinction. Because everybody is capable of thinking intellectually. The only thing is that some people take it their responsibility to pursue certain branches of knowledge so that they can help society understand certain things, or so that they can help people live better. Doctors spend their time to get postgraduate degrees in medicine so that they can teach their students better or treat people better or discover diseases much better. People like us in political science, we studied politics because we wanted to know what are the kind of systems that govern us and why do they govern us the way they do. And of course that got us in a lot of problems at the university. With the university, because we used to question, why is the university governed the way it is? Nikal, that was a problem. Those questions are not to be raised by people in power, by the way. People in power think that they have God-given knowledge, they should do it the way they want, but if you are a good leader, grassroots must be listened to. Grassroots must be responded to. And therefore, history, written by people like God, help us understand what you are doing at leaders and at intellectuals. So I would say that history is the mother of all intellectual knowledge. Just as when before the Renaissance, in the old days, the church took it for itself to know the basic knowledge for everybody, because God was taken to be the one that reveals everything. Of course God does. But God will not reveal to you if you are too lazy to do your own work to know how society works. So today, we in the intellectual world have lost a very important sage, but as you can hear, his brother Madara is also a professor now. So it's something that the family has also embraced in encouraging members of that family to be knowledge seekers and knowledge providers. Jothurwa, awacho kisungu wangenya yenya, paro nura winje kaka wacho dhuluo kamano. Udwa winjo. Gima timre Kenya kawuono. Jomoko dwa gero piny. I'm sorry we have cabinet ministers here, but let me be very frank. Gima timre Kenya kawuono. Jomoko dwa noger piny. To giwinj gik ma jomoko wacho. Especially the grassroots. Nyocha uneno ka piny poth ko wang' nono. Nikech what DNZs. Nikech sirikal ne timo gik moko mok ber ne jopiny. Okamano. Waduto nwawuok oko kaka jogo mosebedo struggle aminga mondo wa support the cause of the people. Mondo sirikal or listen to the grassroots. Mondo sirikal ong'eni gima timre piny kacha e gima sirikal onego non. Ama sivyo? Omiyo namora ahinya ma brother Owalo biro kaka wuono mondo nyiswa gima sirikal no timo. To actually cannot listen to Tienda Molo. The two messages were not cohering. Ama sivyo? Because ane mana winjo marach. Koradwa ni yani. Kaka wang'eyo kuma Kenya dhiye sani. Kaka wang'eyo problem bat jopiny nigo. Kaka wang'eyo ni jopiny poth ko wang' nikech DNZs no onyono maluto. Ma jo-ODM gi Raila Amolo Odinga obiro mokonyo pinyni. To ok wadwa ni waneg mach sa te. Wadwa ni joma nie sirikal bong'e ni mach nyalo muoch ka piny ok olos maber. Wayiere. Kik wang'e ni wan kanyo mar nego mach. Wanyalo nego mach kwa ng'eyo ni jomwa losogo biro timo gimoro maber. Ka gidagi to mach biro kendo. Wayiere. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Uwinjo kaka wachono. Odonjonu. Erokamano ahinya.